Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently probably going to think about expansion. I'm actually thinking about maybe in Medina. I know I previously mentioned up over here. I don't think it really matters which direction we go in, to be honest. Tunis is a little angry, but do we care about Tunis? No, we don't. So we could definitely come out over this direction. Medina would be interesting. They are allied with Ayubid, Abyssinia, Eastern Desert, Kufa, and West Ajuran. So we don't care about West Ajuran. Kufa is where? Oh, Kufa's right here. Interesting. So Kufa, Medina, Eastern Desert, and then Ayubid, Abyssinia, and West Ajuran. So that would definitely be very interesting to go after that. The other thing that we could do is we could go after Euphrates, Azerbaijan, Aleppo, Diyarbakir, Arabia, Hamadan, and Mesopotamia. All of them have quite a number of allies. There's no doubt about that. I'd also like to build some of these synagogues because these are all basically just completely free upgrades, and we'd like to get those done. So the question then becomes, how long do we have to wait before we do any of these battles? Or before we actually start this war? Well, we need to get this fleet constructed up over here. That's a pretty high priority. We also have rebels brewing out over here. Okay, amazing. So let's just do that for now, and I may provoke these. We'll see. 0.7 years is probably okay. I'm going to unmothball this fort just in case. We should be making plenty of money, so that's not a major concern. And we can build one manufactory in Corsica. That's noted. Wait a second. I just remembered that we didn't want to spend this money. Let's bring that back, because what we were working on was getting this. We're saving up money for this. So let's do that. And we'll have this money relatively soon. I don't think we got 100% of that money back, but it's okay. So at this point, we're at 42.9%. We have very fast institution spread. And I just want to get this money put in here. Yeah, I just remembered this. And that's a good thing. So we have a fleet somewhere that I just saw. That might actually be part of this fleet. I saw 6 ships. But that seems fine. Brittany is now doing Reformation. Okay. I hope they have fun with that. So 645 ducats is a lot of ducats. We're going to tell the rabbis no on that one. We've got other plans for that money. And specifically, we want this sweet, sweet manufactories. That'll be absolutely great. So we have these guys down over here. Okay, so they did not spawn where this fort would have any impact. We just need to go deal with them. We do need to get these ships finished up over here, and this is going to be at 40. Yeah, so that looks good. This fort would have stopped the separatism, but it's okay. So we'll get that dealt with for now. No problem there for the moment. We do have some provincial unrest in Corsica and in Mecca. Are we converting in one of those right now? No. We just have a little bit of unrest. Okay, what's going on in Corsica? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So we're going to head up to Tatooine then, and what I'd really like to do right now, there's a conversion completed. Excellent. We'll continue to work on our conversions for sure. What I'd really like to do right now is get this institution finished. We just lost our statesman. So what do we want to get here? Morale of navies? Diplomatic reputation is actually interesting. So let's go for that guy, and I don't suppose anybody wants to vote for us. Why are our allies so low on the ranking here? Oh, because we have a regent in charge. Fair enough. We'll get that dealt with soon enough. We've got about 10 years of regency. I'm not terribly concerned about that. So we need to decide who we want to fight and start fabricating claims. I kind of want to go back to our original idea of fighting the Eastern Desert. So let's begin building a spy network down here, and we shall see if that's going to cause us any problems. So at this point, I want to check in on the price here. This is down to 2,500 ducats. Okay, looking good. 2,400 ducats now. So as we can see, the embracement is definitely going up quite a lot. And that will continue to be the case. We're going to have manufactories spreading in a lot of areas. Yeah, we can see that we are making good progress in a lot of these. Kilwa rivaled us. Okay. That's kind of cute. So, Calabria, huh? So Calabria is out over here, is it not? Maybe not. I've forgotten where Calabria is. That is not how you spell either. Where's Calabria? This one down here. Okay, yeah, I just missed it. We're no longer considered great power. That's fine. This is because we don't have manufactories. I'm not terribly concerned about it. So this is the most expensive province right now, and that is about 40% done. And what is the spread rate on that? About 2%. Okay. This went up in cost. It's a little awkward. Okay, it went back down to 2472. So that seems good. We are going to do that soon enough. We're going to go for it, but not quite yet. We can invest in ideas. Is this a good time to do so? We're only 3 years ahead of time. We should probably hold off on idea investment for the moment. Let's just save up our power for right now. That'll be fine. We've got our fleet, so that's all good. We could also think about expanding the size of our combat fleet. It's okay for now. I'm not terribly concerned about it. What's our naval... Okay, this isn't bad. 180 out of 173. Our force limit is not too awful. So that all seems good for the time being. I absolutely do want to get manufactories, and I want to get it soon. So we're about 50% through Calabria. I think once Calabria is done, we should probably accept this. That's going to be about a year. Right? No, about 2 years. We're not in the biggest of rushes here. Ooh. Nice. The HRE is no longer a valid rival for us. So I'm assuming that this is because they have too much power. I'm going to rival Fars. Let's see what the HRE's strength is like. 155k. That's quite a bit. I'm not going to lie. And we definitely want to continue to boost our strength. We can do so, but right now isn't a great time to do it. So we should not do a land seizure. The rabbis are very sad. So for now, this is okay. We can now embrace this institution. Do we want to do it at this moment? It would give us that 10% goods produced modifier. It's probably worth it. I'm just going to do it. We'll get that done. Now we don't have to think about it. So that looks great. We still have 2 years of ahead of time, so that seems okay. Discontent. Okay, and as expected, we became a great power. We need to continue to expand, and we are going to do so. So these guys are part of the HRE, and we need to wait until this is a little higher. I do want to move a couple of armies over this way. So I'm going to move the first army over. And where's our other army at? We've got one here. Ah, it's here. Okay. That's actually relatively fine, because we're going to be fighting Cairo, right? Let's check here. Yes. We will be fighting Cairo. Sounds okay. I'm going to stop these. Actually, they can keep drilling for the time being. We do need a little bit more on the spy network. So that looks fine for now. We can convert more provinces, which we are delighted to do. And how are those rabbis doing? They're at 40% right now. So that's going to need a little bit more time. Okay. Seems absolutely A-okay. We can now invest in an admin tech, but I don't want to do that yet. Let's go ahead and build more of these great synagogues. We want to get these upgraded relatively quickly, because we want that sweet, sweet money. So that'll be absolutely fine. It is currently December. We're going to be only 1 year ahead of time as of now. And we have access to get 2 of these, but not the last one yet. That's going to be in June. That's okay. I don't mind it. We'll get them very soon, and this will be kind of a timing attack with our Miltech bump. So they're at 21 for Cairo right now, so they're already there. Eastern Desert are at 21. Medina's at 21. Okay, so we're going to be on par with them. Good to know. So we've got this force right here, which is a little bit concerning for these guys. That said, we can just go into Suez and have these guys go into Gaza, and that's probably fine. Alternatively, we could just abandon Sharqiya and just move in like this and have our two armies be together, and that's probably better. Okay, now I'm also going to move this army in. We're going to have all four of our armies in this area, so we're going to move them over because we need an army to deal with Medina as well. And then these guys, they should be over here. There we go. They should be over here. Perfect. We lost an admiral. I don't really care. That's fine. So do we want to be drilling right now? Probably not at this moment. So let's have these guys stop their drill, and they can start rebuilding. That looks good. So it's currently May, and we're still a year ahead of time here. The rabbis are only at 42% loyalty at this moment. Very rude of them. So our plan is to crush Cairo very, very quickly, and then pivot onto Medina. I do want to have one force down to fight Medina. We'll just park them right over here. So we'll have one force down here fighting Medina, two forces fighting Cairo, and then one here. But this is a bit dangerous because these guys are probably going to be involved, and who all will be involved? Hang on. Well, this isn't actually telling us because we don't have a CB. We'll have that soon, but not quite yet. We need to be at 30. And hopefully they don't discover us and cause awkwardness again. That would be very, very sad. Very, very sad. So it's September, and we're just waiting this out. Now it's October. Yeah, this is going to be about perfect for when we get the Miltech. So that seems good. I do want to also increase the size of our armies and probably split them into dual armies here pretty soon. We're getting to that point. Okay, it's currently December, and they discovered us. We didn't make it to 30. Very sad. Well, backup plan. What about these guys? You know what? Let's start building a spy network on them. I think that they are part of the HRE. Let's double check that. Yeah, it needs to be of size 30. So we'll try again on Eastern Desert here in a moment, but we can grab these techs, so we're going to do that. Excellent. That gives us access to 2% production efficiency and, well, 22% production efficiency, as well as furnaces and corruption reduction, which is, of course, great. Trade efficiency. And this will be new military tactics and infantry shock. So that sounds good. Can we grab this land seizure? Not yet. Okay. So now the question is, when can we start fabricating a claim here again? 19 October. Okay. Very rude of those guys. Royal marriage offer from Al Said. I accept that. And we'll toss money at the fleet. That seems okay. Speaking of things to toss money at, I want to get a few more cannon here. I'd like to check in on our combat width as well. Combat width is 34. So let's see. 24 plus 8 is 32, is it not? It is. So we need 2 units of cavalry for each of our armies. Let's get those recruited up. That should be fine. What is our 50%? Okay, noted. So 2 units of cavalry there. And how many can we get then? So we've got about 19 in total. I'm going to do 5 units of cannon. And because this is going to take a little while, I'm going to move these guys back over here. And we'll get 5 units of cannon in here, here, and here. And then we'll come back over here and we'll recruit 5 units of cannon on this side. because we can build that a little faster. We've got our cavalry queued up over here, and we'll have to go get those, but that's okay. So we'll expand our army a little bit. That seems good. We're making 86 ducats per month right now. That's kind of a lot. The nobility is sad now because of that. Unfortunately, that's going to delay our land seizure, unless we just don't care. And honestly, we don't care. So we've got some noble rebels that have been a thing. That's fine. So we can head up over here. That looks good. Any noble rebels out over here? No. And no noble rebels over here. To my knowledge, these are the only noble rebels over here. So we'll just do that. Excellent. So that looks good. And we'll just head right on back. And then these guys, they're going to head right on back as well. Perfect. So Fars was elected as the new emperor. No shockers there. We're still under regency, so we were not eligible. We'll deal with Fars. Don't you worry. We'll get there. So we're enlarging our armies up here, and this is going to be 13 total units of cannon for the moment. That seems fine. We'll want to expand that further if we can later, but this is going to put us, I believe, up over our land force limit, as it is. Or right at our land force limit, one or the other. This also, of course, means that we're going to need to increase the size of our transport fleets. This is going to be 47. Yeah, that's going to be correct. So we're going to need 47 and 47. Let's get those going. And then these guys here, they're going to need to be transported back across, but for the moment, I'm not terribly concerned about it. So I want to hop back into Eastern Desert, and we're going to build the spy network there again. And we'll see which of these ends up actually happening. Hopefully one of them. We can enact a government reform, and what do we have access to? This is tier 11? Okay. So admin efficiency, and free policies, and no stability loss on monarch death. Monarch diplomatic skill +1. I'm going to go for the admin efficiency. Cool. So that looks good. At this point, we're ready to move these over, but we need these ships to be built. So we'll wait a little bit on that. We've got our diplomats building up spy networks. I really, really want to get some annexations going on. Our regent died. And now we have a regency council. Okay. 355. That's not bad. We've got 6 more years of regency, so that's fine. I'm not terribly concerned about it. So at this point, we're pretty far ahead of time in tech, and we should absolutely be thinking about getting additional ideas. So I would like to get our offensive ideas finished up eventually. That's definitely a thing that we want to do. And I want to continue to work on our synagogues. These are all completely free, essentially, and aside from the, cash investment. But that's absolutely okay. At this point, the nobility is very upset. Very, very upset. That's okay. They can be that. They'll get over it. So that's absolutely fine for now. And we're at 42 here. And up here, we're still at 40. So we definitely need more transports coming in. We see that we have a bunch of them on the way. So that looks great. 47 is our current target size for our transport fleet. So we can send 100 ducats or get some unrest. I'm going to send the ducats, actually. That seems okay. We've got lots of money. So we're continuing to invest in synagogues. There's a conversion finishing. Beautiful. The only location we can't convert at this point is Mecca. And we might be able to eventually convert it, but 4.5%. It's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. We'll see if that ends up being a thing or not. We can invest in a dip tech, or rather a dip idea, and we should. So we'll get that going. That's absolutely great. And we'll get an offensive idea here pretty soon. Seems good. But I really, really want to get some expansion going. Looks like Bazin we can now fabricate a claim on. So we should absolutely do that. That's now done. And we'll stop building this spy network. But I still want to see if Eastern Desert is going to work. So we're at 27.26. 28.1. Let's see if we can actually get this up to 30 for once. 28.94. We're about 2 months away. $29.78. And got it. Okay. So now we can hop in here and fabricate this claim. Where is it? Here we go. Fabricate claim. Perfect. And then we can pull this right on back. However, we don't have these guys over yet. We'll use this transport fleet. Wait a second. It's using the wrong transport fleet. Get back here. Okay, this transport fleet isn't full-sized. We'll have to take 2 trips. That's okay. So now we're just going to have to come back and grab this singular regiment. We just lost our Inquisitor as well. So that is noted. Are we actually making progress without the Inquisitor on our current conversion? Yes, but it is certainly slower. So that's noted. I wouldn't mind... Actually, 10% production efficiency is pretty good. This guy's expensive, to be sure, but we're making a lot of money. How much would he make us? He'd make us about 8 ducats a month. So he would pay for almost half of his cost? Sure, I'll do it. That seems good. Okay, so we're going to hop down over here and get these guys grouped together. And if we attack Eastern Desert right now, what is our status? Seems okay. So if we did this, Ayyubids would join, and they are down here. This is kind of irrelevant. Bazin would join, which we expect. Medina would join, which we expected. Cairo and Sennar. So Sennar was... Where were they? I think they were up here, weren't they? Somewhere? Oh, they're down here. Okay, I don't care about that. So that seems reasonably fine. We can't confirm this right now, though, because we have a Regency Council. That's very unfortunate. Very, very bad timing on that one. I really want to declare this war, and we just can't. So, in that case, we're going to have to wait a long time. A very, very long time. So that means we should be drilling. We're going to pull these guys back. And are you using the wrong fleet again? I bet they're using the wrong fleet. Hang on. Oh yeah, they're definitely using the wrong fleet. Get back to port. Use the one that's literally right here. I realize it's slightly too small. But just use this fleet. It'll be much better. There, that's using the correct fleet. Unfortunate that we can't declare war at this moment, but we can use this time to build up our... Okay, you should be able to drill here. We can use this time to build up our current economic situation. So we can absolutely do that. Our economy is pretty good. I really do want to go to war. 188 out of 189. Okay. We just can't do it at this point. So that's understood. Down here in Jeddah, I'm actually considering putting in a base tax here. And the reason why I wanted to do that was for the supply limit. Although that didn't actually change it. So the supply limit here is going to go up a little bit more if we perhaps put in some diplomatic power. Was that enough? Still 44, looks like. Very sad. One of these days, it'll go up to 45. There we go. So now it went up to 45. That was more power than I had intended to invest in Jeddah, but I guess it's fine. A generation of cowards. We can purge them. That's okay. That's not a big deal. So at this point, we just have to chill. We are in a forced chill period here by our Regency Council. We just need our heir to come of age. It's going to be 4 years. So there's not much we can do other than invest in stuff at this point. And that's exactly what we plan to do. It is time to put a cut in, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get through these 4 years, and then we're going back to war. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of, national tax modifier plus 50% for a year. So that's going to be worth 35 ducats a month. That's so much better to take it over time right now. We'll absolutely do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Aurelio, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.